Thank you for clicking this video. This is Batok with Ola. My name is Mujola Olu, and in this video I want to talk about mediation. I think I might make it into a full series, and I might just title is mediation greater than litigation or what? And honestly, I'm really enjoying the mediation that I'm doing at work currently. I just want to reflect on one of the matters that I've just successfully done, because it underlines the importance of mediation and how mediation can get people or parties justice that litigation could never, ever get them. So if you haven't watched my 6-part series on mediation that I did last year, very important for you to go and watch it, because mediation that I started to do in 2021 is something that I'm very passionate about. I've done mediation before as a lawyer, but I started full-time when I was posted to this mediation center, and it's been a very interesting ride. I might make this a full-blown series where I reflect on, one or two or several other mediation matters that I've done, just to underline how mediation is shortening people's wait time to justice, how it is helping people access justice faster, more easily and cheaper, and how it can be a way to decongest the court, and a very effective alternative to litigation. So that's what I want to do. So in this particular matter that I was assigned, it's I would say it's a contractual matter. So what really happened was that a man had a steel manufacturing company, manufactured steel and iron doors, burglary, all those things. So it was quite successful. From the explanation that was given, he was recording revenue in millions. So he had a customer that was more like a friend to him, who paid him for 2 doors at some point. But he would make the doors and sell it. The customer would stop by, he would say, "Oh, I've sold your door." That one too would say, "Okay, make me another one." He didn't really need the door at the moment, but he already paid for the door, so he was going to take them at some point. So he kept making it, selling it. They kept going on back and forth. "Okay, make me another one, just keep it for me," and all of that. So at some point, the man died, about 4 years after the customer paid, and they had been going through the make another one, back and forth. The producer, the manufacturer, died. So when he died, that customer slash friend went to his factory, tried to look for the new management for a while. He couldn't get them because the family, they were putting things in order. It was a large family. The late man had, some number of wives and a number of kids, and they couldn't agree on continuing the estate and the management of the property. So at some point, they put one of the sons in charge of the steel company, the production, factory. And so this customer met the son and the other children, about 2 or 3 children that were put in charge at that time, the year following the man's death, and he presented his receipt that, "Oh, I paid for 2 doors, I was never given this and that." So they wanted to disbelieve him, but they said because of the receipt. Actually, the business was not really that properly structured, and they had realized that their father had millions of naira outside, which they were unable to recover, in debts people owed for jobs done or jobs that were ongoing and all of that. So they said, "Okay, Mr. Man, pay for 1 extra door and we'll give you the 2 doors. We're doing this because you presented a receipt and you claim to be our father's friend, more than just a customer. So we're going to do that for you." So they agreed. He paid for another 1 door, got a receipt. So as he was expecting the door, while the production was going on, there was trouble in the family. They were still fighting over the man's estate, and then they got a police order, locked up the factory, one faction of the family against the other. So the business went down. So now he then brought the son that he could recognize as one of those who were managing that particular factory. brought him to mediation to recover his $2. Now, ordinarily, we say that in civil litigation, personal matters die with parties. So if you file maybe a contractual matter in court and someone dies along the line, maybe the claimant or the defendant, the matter dies a natural death. So that's what happens in personal matters. So if they had gone to court, if you are taking them to court, the court would have probably said, oh, personal matters die with the person, except, of course, you are suing the estate. And the way things were, they had not even structured the business and the man's assets such that there was an estate. I doubt if he even made a will, or if they have got, or if they had gotten letters of administration. Then when he now brought the man's son, the one that he could get hold of, that one explained to us that things had run down. A faction of the family had sealed up the factory, and the factory had been looted. That although he had made the door frames, he had not completed the door, but he could not even access the factory now, and he wouldn't know if it was still in good condition. So I explained the position of law to them because the son already had an idea of what the law said, so he was trying to tout that. I explained it to them. Then, as the mediator, I now appealed to the respondent that what would he do for this man on the basis of humanity. So he said that we had two options. He was going to visit the factory, try to contact a member of the family that had access, because it was a serious strife, so he could not access the factory, and even if he were to access it, his life might be in danger if he did not get someone that was on the faction, on the side of the family that had access. So then he would get the frames and finish the doors for the man, or if he could not, then I appealed to him, because he was also in this line of work. He had gone and started his own company afresh, producing like material and goods. So he said that he would make the man new doors, but the man would be patient. So we waited for him. We took an adjourn. I adjourned the session. He went to visit the factory and confirmed that it had been completely looted, that even the frames that he made for the man. And this was about, he made the frames about 1 year after his father's death, which was about 6 years ago, thereabouts. So he said that everything had been looted. So he promised to make new doors, but asked for an extension of 4 months. He asked for a 4-month period, so that the cost of making this, which was going to be from his own pocket now, would balance out with the projection that he had for his business at the beginning of the year. Now, I want you to look at some things here. If this was a litigation matter, if this man had gone to court, he would not lay hold of this son. He would be suing the family or the estate. That is, if he cannot sue the man, because his business, which can be sued legally, is no longer a going concern, literally. So what mediation has done in this wise is that it has shortened the man's wait time to justice, and it has given the man the solution that he might not have been able to access litigation-wise. He's going to get the doors. It's going to take a few months. If he had gone to court, it could have taken maybe a year or 2 or even 3-4 years in court, because now they would have to ascertain proper parties. This son would probably file, a preliminary objection, and then they will go back and forth. He would need to look for the rightful people to sue. Although he had proof of payment, which was his receipt, it did not really do much in the grand scheme of things. But because of mediation, because we appealed to the son's sense of humanity to protect the legacy and the name of his father that he carries, he agreed to do this. And then we executed a memorandum of understanding, and both parties went away happy. So mediation is win-win. It's not lose-lose, but we try to ensure that both parties are happy, or that both parties get something that is acceptable, and that they can both at least manage, something that litigation could never do. I'm really excited about this particular mediation session or mediation matter, because it underlines the fact that what litigation cannot do, mediation can do so much more. And more people should embrace mediation. So that's what I want to talk about in this video. I will see you in my very next video. Don't forget to subscribe to Deuce.